Hi guys. Okay. I think it might just be the three of us. There may be more people coming on as the evening pops on. I want to make sure I'm not missing any messages from anybody having issues with the Zoom. Okay. So really tonight is like super informal. I mean, you're in my bedroom with me in my bed. So know, I'm here because it's quiet here. So I have two little boys, and they're not so little anymore. Hi, Renee. They are 8 and 11. And the 11-year-old likes to watch YouTube videos very loudly, and they're like about Minecraft. And isn't it funny that they watch other people game? I just like, who would have thought that that would be like so popular? I could be like this rich YouTube star just learning how to play Minecraft and then showing it. Okay, anyway, no, I don't talk as annoying as they do. I don't know why, but I feel like all those YouTubers have the most annoying voices ever. Maybe that's just me as a mom. I don't know. Anyway, so that intro is why we are hanging out in my bedroom because it's actually quiet here with the door closed. So, I am Sarah Cook, and I will be kind of leading this discussion. And I would love it if you have questions to drop them in the chat. Just as like a general, talk about the Discover Zyia. If you're here, it's because there is some sort of fleeting thought, or maybe, you keep on thinking about, well, I wonder if I could do this Zyia thing, or what is it like to be a Zyia rep? And you're just totally curious. And it's just a curiosity chat to give you more information because we are open books, and I don't like to hide anything, and I like to be honest and truthful and to give you a good picture of what it is like to be a Zyia rep, who can be a Zyia rep, and could it be a good fit for you? So, um, I kind of talked of the last time, and I kind of want to keep it very, very similar, as far as like things I kind of wish I had known the answers to before I was a Zyia rep. Like, I'm going to try and answer them to you, like as a Zyia rep, to tell you about them. So the first thing that I kind of wish I had known, or a lot of people have questions about, like it's kind of like an FAQ, is that there are different paths that each Zyia rep can kind of take as they are in their Zyia journey. And that these paths are kind of like fluid with how your life is. And so we have kind of like the first path is like the enthusiast. Like I absolutely love Zyia, which I guess like pretty much anybody who's in this chat is probably for sure in this first path, right? Like we absolutely fell in love with Zyia, and we know we want more of it in our closet. And so we might just be considering, like, I just want to hear about it for the discount. That starter kit looks cute, looks like an amazing deal. And what's the rep discount? And that actually is a path to be a rep. You can get the kit, you can get the discount, you get some coupon codes with a gift card, and then kind of like from there, just use your link to get rewards and have a discount. So right now it is double commissions. And so it's a really good time, even like if that is your path, to even do that for sure this month, like would be the month I would recommend you start rather than waiting off on it. Because a lot of times these enthusiasts just getting it for the discount, we kind of have two shopping paths that you take to get all of your Zyia. And first of all, the kit is your first path, right? Like to get that first initial discount. And that kit in and of itself, it's only costing you either 147 or 295 in the US dollars. And I'm sorry if you're from Canadian. Melissa, you can drop in the chat what it is for the two amounts, and then I'll say it. But the two kit options, and you're usually getting double the amount. Like, so you're paying for half, it's like half price, right? And with each of the kits, you also get a gift card in it too. So these are like staple cute items that everybody wants. And even if you own some of them, like you probably are okay with more than one of the same Zyia piece, right? Like we wear them all the time. And then you can use, if you can't type in the chat, that's okay. We can let you know later. If you're from Canada, get the real numbers to from your rep, whether it's me or Melissa or somebody else, we can give you the Canadian dollar amount. So remember, I'm referring this to US dollars. And the $50 gift card, the $100 gift card, spend it on whatever you want. And when it's double commissions, this is what our reps have been doing. What they do is they actually purchase like their own customer. And so with a double commissions, you're getting 40% commissions instead of 20. So let's say you spend $100, you're going to get $40 back, which is like a 40% discount, right? Like you're getting a $40 commission check. How freaking amazing is that at double commissions? Plus, if you hit the threshold of $1,000, I see you put it in here, so I'll read it off. If you hit the, and this is US dollars, if you hit the threshold of $1,000, your commission goes up to 28%. Normally, but it actually, a double commissions is 56%. So if you spent that 100 and then like you did like a launch party or something and you had friends that purchased about 900, then you will be getting $56 back, right? So I'm hoping that makes sense because you're also getting free and half off Zyia by accumulating host rewards, because Zyia reps. So this is a thing I wish I had known before I joined, because this is amazing. Zyia reps can be their own host. So I host my own party every single month and I earn free and half off Zyia. I got this shirt for free. It has dog hair or food on it. Food, supper. Okay, it's got supper on it. But uh that's sour cream. I had taco night tonight. So actually it's Greek yogurt because that's what I do instead of sour cream. But you guys, I got this for half off. Or no, this for free. And then I'm wearing the Bark Confluence joggers, which are freaking amazing. And I got them, it is real life. And I got these for half off. So like $45 or no, less than that for joggers. And then this free top. So my whole outfit was free and half off because I can be my own host. I collect the host rewards. And then like, so I'm placing the orders like I'm a customer in the party, right? You guys will get double commissions on it. So 40% or 56%. And then once there's 3 minimum orders in there and $200, just the US dollars, you get 2 half off items and a $20 credit. So that is a steal right there. So that's the enthusiast path. Okay. So I wish I would have known that you could be your own host pre-Zyia. Second thing, I wish I would have known is that there are different paths. I'm going to keep on talking about them. So the Canadian kit is $192 for the mini kit, $384 for the full kit. And again, you're getting like, that's pretty much half the price of like the cost of what is in it. Like there's well over double that amount in clothes in there. So typically, especially because you get the gift card in there, plus you're going to get the double commissions if you use a gift card as a customer, right? So you're your own customer, you're your own host, you're getting your host rewards and your commissions. Like, so you're getting everything. You get win, 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 right? So the next path that you could choose is like, hey, that sounds amazing. I want all the clothes, but I also wouldn't mind getting a paycheck with it. So I'm going to share this with my friends, but I am super, super busy. So I'm not going to ask like 100 people to host a party or anything like that. I might ask a few close friends to host a party, but I probably don't have time to do a lot of it. So I'm just going to like dabble in sharing it. So that's kind of like, we call that, so the first one was the discount rep. Actually, this one's the enthusiast, where you're enthusiastic and you're sharing it with some people, but it's not like crazy every day, all the time or whatever, I guess. And then the next one is a business builder, where you're like, you know what? I'm all in. I freaking love this stuff. I want everyone and their dog to know about it. And I am going to host my own party. I'm going to do like all the things, right? I'm going to build a team. And, maybe this is where you're wanting to do replacement income, right? So a lot of times that's with building a team. So there's 3 paths: the discount rep, the enthusiast, and the business builder. And what I love about these is they're fluid. So I wish I would have known this before. Like, you can pick your path and you don't have to stay on that path. You can go between a couple of paths. Like, okay, right now, like, let's just say you lost your job and you're like, now I have a ton of time and I need to be a business builder. Or let's just say you got a promotion at your job and you're like, okay, I've got to put the business builder on a back burner. I'm going to be somewhere between discount and enthusiast. And that's what's amazing, is that you can do that, because the minimums to be a Zyia rep are very minimum. And so that's another frequently asked question is like, well, what's the minimum to be a Zyia rep? And it's actually only, this is US dollars 300 in a 6-month time period, and your starter kit counts towards it. So if you purchase like the bigger starter kit, you're actually set for 6 months. You don't even have to do any more like minimums. You've met the minimum. And then the following 6 months, then you'd have to do another 300. And we all know how easy that can be, whether it's for ourselves or sharing it with somebody. Like you share that with 2 people, you're hitting it if they're buying like full outfits, right? So, um, that's another thing that I wish I knew before I joined Zyia was that you don't need a huge following to get started in this business. You like if you're looking at it for that second path or third path where you're building it, like you just need a few friends to support you initially and then to be coachable as far as like your upline and sponsor, me or whoever you join under. So whoever invited you to this call, that's who you're going to join under. And they have systems to help you, to launch you, to build your business. And so when you're under them, and they're kind of like, okay, do your, if you're wanting, we recommend you do your launch party, whether you want to like really build a business or not, because if you do a launch party, then you're going to get more free and half off. End of story. So who doesn't want that? And a commissions check. So we say do it, like even if you're just doing it just to be like, hey, let's have a party, just like you would if you were the host. Might as well do that with double commissions. And then from there, see how much fun it was and see if you'd want to keep doing that. And again, you don't need a huge following. That's what I'm saying. You do that launch party and you just have a few friends that are like, yeah, I would love to do what you just did. And I can help you out with that. And then from there, you talk to their friends and you talk to their friends, so you're coachable and you're using our systems. You don't need a huge following. You guys, like on Instagram, pre-joining Zyia, Instagram, I think I only had like 200 people follow me on Instagram. And I think I'm up to like 1,200, like in 6 years, right? So it's not that you have to have a huge following. It's just like once I got started, then I started sharing it. Okay. And so that's what I love is like you don't have to have a huge following. You just need a few amazing friends to support you. And we all have that bestie who will do anything for us, right? Like, so a sister, a mom. My mom has hosted like 3 or 4 parties for me over my 6 years of being a Zyia rep. So you guys, you have somebody who will do that to get you started. So another thing I wish I would have known before I joined Zyia was how fantastic this community is. I'll say this again and again and again. This is the best community that you can ever join. Now, when you join, you can have the option to plug yourself into the community or not. I highly recommend you plug yourself in because this community is just so uplifting, so empowering, so enlightening. You do not have to be like the top seller to be like talking with like the top seller and hanging out with the top seller. We are here for you. We want to help you on whatever level you're at or just as a human being and as your friend. So that's what I love. We're making friends here all the time. We have events, we support each other. And so like for me, I've had a lot of actually like major life things happen because I've been with the company for 6 years. And my Zyia like sisters or people I've met through Zyia have actually been like some of my solid rock and foundation to get me through it. They've sent me cards, flowers, gifts, like or just messages. Doesn't have to be the material. The messages of outpouring and support. I've got that because I put myself out there as being a Zyia rep. If I haven't like been social on social media, and mainly I'm social on social media because of Zyia, you guys, then I wouldn't have gotten that support. So it is so freaking amazing, this community. It is the best. So, and then something else I wish I would have known ahead of time is, you know what? You can quit at any time. And that sounds like a weird thing. Like, what? But you can. Like, you can join and you can quit. But like, what I highly recommend is that you try it for 6 months solidly. Like, hey, yeah, if I'm going to say yes to this, I'm going to jump in for 6 months and I'm going to see if that Sarah girl is really true about her community. Are they as cool? And I think if you join us in our WAMs, you'll think that, which we do those every 12 weeks. So if you're here for 6 months and you stay and you see that there's a WAM, you're like, what's that? It's not the band, it's the weekly accountability meeting. And we all meet on Zoom and we all love each other and we all get to know each other and uplift each other. And you will probably like stick around because we're all just so fun. So you can quit at any time. You can like join and 3 months later be like, this isn't for me. I got all this I want. I don't need the discount anymore. Or jump in, try it for 6 months and just see. Like really say, yes, I said yes to this opportunity. So I'm saying yes to myself. And I'm gonna be coachable for 6 months and do it. But again, there's always the different paths. So you can pick your path and then go with that path for 6 months or a year, however long you decide. And I always say, set up that date ahead of time. So you really truly gave it your all for that amount of time. And so that's what I did. When I joined 6 years ago, I said, I'm just going to try this for 6 months because I did Mary Kay prior to that. And I never really like had a end date or anything like that, or how hard I should try it for how long or anything. I didn't like set any of those goals. And I didn't really like makeup, so I'm not really sure why I picked Mary Kay, but I did not like last in it, right? So when I decided to do Zyia like 2 years after Mary Kay, I'm like, oh, I don't want it to be like another Mary Kay where like I wonder where it could have gone if I really would have tried it. And so I was like, how about I made a promise to myself. I'm like, I am going to try this for 6 months. Like I'm gonna do what my sponsor tells me to do. I'm going to do the parties, do the things, like go to the events for 6 months. And I'm going to see what happens at the end of 6 months. And you guys, I went down to part-time because this income for me, it was so life-changing enough to make my job more flexible for me that within 6 months of joining Zyia, I cut my hours to part-time. And then within 2 years of joining Zyia, I went PRN. I'm a nurse, so PRN means as needed. And so I cut down like significantly. I was working anywhere from 36 to like 55 hours when I first joined Zyia. And now the most I work, like this week I'm working is like 24 hours. So how amazing is the flexibility? And it's only because of Zyia that I was able to say yes to the flexibility. And then I'm able to like fluctuate my nursing hours with my Zyia hours. Like, oh, we're really busy in Zyia. So then I like say no to more nursing hours when we're really busy. And so I wouldn't have been able to do that without saying yes to Zyia and putting myself all in for 6 months. So I say try it for 6 months and see where you're at. That's my number that I came up with. Maybe you have a different one. So the other thing I want you to know, or I wish I would have known ahead of time, is like, it's not a get rich quick scheme. So I personally do not like when you see like direct sales people telling you that you're going to make like $3,000 by joining our team. I will not tell you that you're going to make $3,000 by joining our team. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Now, can you make life-changing income by joining Zyia? Absolutely. And especially with the promotions and things that they have. So I just want to break down the math for you. So like, it's not a shocker when you're like getting your commissions checked, because this is really life-changing, especially for you if you join in April, because it is double commissions. So one of a goal for people when they join my team is typically to try to sell 1,000 in their first month they join. It's a typical goal, right? Just like any goal, some people hit it, some people don't. Okay, some people double it. But let's just go with that first goal of $1,000 in the first month, which there's a lot of April left. Okay. If you do that in a typical month without double commissions, you're at $280, which is already to me a life-changing income to begin with, because that's somebody's car payment, right? Or that is somebody's like kids activities or whatever. And that can be saying yes to something that you had to say no to before. And so this month, that paycheck will be $560. That's insane, you guys. A $500 check by getting to your, well, it may not be quite 560 because, well, I don't know how that double commissions work. I should have looked at that before, but that's an amazing paycheck. Okay. So Bonus for us Canadians, the commissions are paid in US dollars. So it is 1.3 that in Canadian. Just so you keep that in mind. Thank you, Melissa. So anybody from Canada, I'm always saying this in US dollars, which means that if you sold 1,000 US dollars, then you're getting a 560 paycheck. So you need to multiply both of those numbers by 1.3 to get like your paycheck and your how much you would have to sell. So in Canadian dollars, okay? So it's not a get rich quick scheme, but it is life-changing income. That's what I want to say. So I'm not telling you that you're going to go and quit your job tomorrow. So don't go quit your job tomorrow. Don't join Zyia today and quit your job tomorrow. Be like, I'm replacing my income. Okay. Now can it eventually be replacement income? Absolutely. I always say this, if you work it like a hobby, it kind of pays like a hobby, which I think a couple hundred a month is an amazing life-changing thing. Like pre-Zyia, I never bought clothes for myself. Like my clothing budget was like 20 to 50 a month. It was ridiculously if it was even that. Like I'm like, no, I don't spend money on myself, okay? So now I spend money on myself because Zyia gave me the extra income and flexibility. And for me, that's life changing because sometimes that's a little bit of self-care. I don't go over the top, right? But as moms, we have this extreme mom guilt sometimes to like spend money on ourselves or like do something for ourselves. And so it's kind of nice, like if you have this, and you could be like, this is my fun money. This is my me money. That's how I turned it into. It's my me money. So that was why I joined. It was selfish reasons. It was my me money, my cute clothes, my extra things. I like purchased a housekeeper like right away. Like some of my very first purchases were Zyia clothes and a housekeeper. So there you got it. So anyway, so my last question for you is what do you have to lose? Like in US dollars, it is only $147 to get that starter kit. That is a very minimal amount for the amount of clothes you get. Okay. I've told you you can quit at any time. I've told you you have different paths that you can choose when you're here, right? I told you we have a support system and a community. To me, you have a ton of stuff that you can gain. There's not a lot that you're going to lose, right? So if you are resonating with this at all and thinking this is something that I would like to try, whether it's you give yourself that timeline of 6 months like I gave myself or a different amount of time, you will talk to the person that invited you into this call and ask them, hey, I want the information on that starter kit to join. And and if you have more questions, say, but I have this question, ask them. Okay. They don't have all the answers, but they have resources, whoever you invited. So they can kind of like look it up for you and pass it on. So that's another thing. You do not have to be an expert to be a Zyia rep. You have we have people. We have websites that make collages for us. Like not website, but like other people, they share the collages. So like people who are good at marketing share the collages with us. So if you're not like tech savvy, don't also let that hinder you. So talk to that person that invited you and say, you know what, Sarah's right. I have nothing to lose. I have a lot to gain, but nothing to lose. So let's do this. What's the website? Let's get started. The sooner you start, the better. I always say it's opportunity cost, but if you need to think on it, then you can do the pillow test. If you go to bed and you wake up and you're still thinking about it, I always take that as a sign. Like, let's do it. Okay. Clue word. Always have to have a clue word because you guys are getting entered to win prizes if you watch this to the end. And so your clue word, you'll send it to your rep. Your rep needs to fill out the form. Don't worry about it, but make sure as a rep, fill out Sarah's Google form. So that way Sarah knows who watched it and can send prizes out. Yes, I referred to myself in the third person. So make sure you send the clue word. We're going to do pillow test. That's our clue word for this one. Pillow test. PILLOW test. TEST. I can't spell out. Okay. Pillow test. So if you send that to your rep and maybe you tell her you passed the pillow test, you were thinking about it in the morning. Maybe that's part of the conversation. So send that clue phrase to your rep so you can get entered to win prizes. And that's it. And if you're like, watch this whole informational video and you're still not sure, then you can keep thinking on it. We're here for you when you're ready, but now is a great time with double commissions because I don't know if they're ever going to repeat this again. This is the third month and I think final month. Like, I don't think that we're going to do this again. So let's take advantage of it. Let's make that money, even if it's for yourself, like off of your own purchases. That's okay too. That's a amazing deal. So, all right, have a great night. Did I have any? I'm gonna just wait for like one whole minute for anybody to be able to type questions or unmute yourself if you have questions. Otherwise, I'll end it. Okay. I feel like that was long enough if somebody had to type, they could type a question. I never know. You did type something. Oh, good. Thank you for the info. Good night. Okay, good. It was enough time. Thank you, Renee, for joining us. Jenna, Melissa, you guys have a great night. This is recorded. I will get this up on YouTube for people to share who missed it because I know there were some people that couldn't make it but still want to watch. So talk to your rep, give them those clue phrases, and have a great night. Bye.